What's up, guys? Autotech Matt again, Eurotech Matt Giordano. It depends on where you're at and how you follow us. But on today's journey, I figured we would do top 10 tools that I would recommend or say you should have. Maybe not need, but should have for efficiency or better time management in the flat rate world, if you would. As I myself am my own business owner, I'm trying more so to solely work off of flat rate. Excuse me, just because I think that sometimes it scares customers once you give them that big old $1,000 bill for a timing chain replacement or something like that. It just kind of blows their mind. And then tell them, well, it could be this or it could be that. It could be $100 more, it could be $100 less. I'm more so like to just, you're looking at like $1,000. Said and done, time, parts, everything. We'll take care of it. You just come pick your car up and leave. But let's dive into it, I guess. 10 tools for time management. Here we are again. No, it's not Snap-on, but this is my 34-inch, I think, maybe 36-inch US General Tech card, as you see. But number one, I would always grab, depending on the job, would be one of these two. Now, no, it does not have to be Snap-on. It really doesn't. But get yourself an electronic ratchet. That sounded really old school. Get yourself an electric ratchet. Like I said, depending on the job, this will be your best friend for getting down in motor bays. Them awkward spots you can't quite, it's not applicable to try and use a ratchet like this. Put your sockets on there, your swivel adapters, your swivels, whatever, your swivel sockets. That's your 3/8. I'm not gonna lie, my go-to is this here 1/4 inch. See if I can get you a part number here. It would be CTR 714A. That's your 1/4 inch. Now this is brushed. I think it's like the quote unquote brute. If it was a 3/8, that's what you could call it. Spins much faster, and it's honestly, I think a lot more torqueier than a 3/8. That's my grab and go right there. It's a 1/4 inch. That was my second, I believe, Snap-on battery tool I bought. Then this one came out. The brushless 3/8 has a light all the way around the head, which is kind of nice, but it's not a drill, so you're more so working this way. It could kind of shine out, but whatever. I'm not gonna hate. Like I said, depending on your purpose, where you're at in the motor bay or in the vehicle, whatever, that extra long head over a normal ratchet is very handy. Spins a little slower, but it's got supposedly more torque than the regular 3/8. Don't know, don't have it. Either one of these would be my grab and go as far as tool number one. Tool number two, aside from your ratchets, I would say get yourself a good ratchet or a good set of ratchets. My standard handle, I guess they call it, standard length, it's like 12.5 inches. This is right now my grab and go ratchet is my Matco 3/8 locking flex head. Lock it wherever you want. Really low profile design for the lock versus Snap-ons being back here and in the way. Same with the selector. It's really low profile, as well as the head compared to a Snap-on. There you see the difference. Snap-on, Matco. Much thinner profile head. If you ask me, there's a bit more durability right there versus the Snap-ons, which can just kind of snap off depending on the torque, where this is, it's just, I don't know, more girthy, I guess, more durable if you ask me. Number 2 would be get yourself a good ratchet. No, it doesn't have to be Snap-on. Yes, I have lots of Snap-on ratchets, but lately I've been investing in the Matco, and believe it or not, these Matco ratchets, they line right up with the gear wrench. They really do. Not going to hate on them. Same exact design pretty much. And the tooth count. This one was freshly greased and rebuilt, so it sounds a little nicer than the 10-year-old gear wrench ratchet, which could use a new greasing. But we'll get there in a later date. Number 2 would be get yourself a good ratchet. Everybody's go-to typically is a 3/8 because 3/8 is really universal as far as sizes. You got, typically most mechanics 3/8 will go from 6 to like 20 millimeter. Mine's 8 to 19 with a few additions, and I'm waiting for my 20 in shallow and deep, and then the semi-deep I'm waiting for my Flank Drive Plus. If you don't know the difference, once again we'll go over that. You see the collar on the Flank Drive Plus there on the left. It's got like a little lip on both sides there, like a collar almost. And then your normal Flank Drive socket is all smooth at the end there. The difference is all in the bite. Better for newer vehicles with very straight nuts or bolts, or it's good for older vehicles that they're slightly rusted and corroded off when you want to get a good bite on them. And then your regular Flank Drive are just about a universal socket for everything, honestly. That's your difference. Flank Drive Plus or your FDX sockets are for stubborn fasteners, I guess. And the regular sockets are just regular sockets, whatever. Tool number 2, though, that would be your, get yourself a good ratchet. Whatever your go-to is, depending on what you're doing in the field. You know, if you're a heavy mechanic, maybe it's a Bertha. This is my ratcheting breaker bar. No, it's not a breaker bar, but the damn thing's 24 inches long or something like that, and it takes some abuse. I love it. Won't deny it. My next go-to used and abused ratchet is my long-handled pin striking pry bar handle 3/8 with the quick release head. So when your hands are gloved, should I say, are greasy, you don't got to worry about it. You just drop your socket off and get a new one. But here nor there. 3/8 ratchet. That, I'd say that's your number 2. My number 3, I would have to say get yourself a good pair of pliers. One thing that disturbs me about your Snap-on is you see the rust here, there, everywhere. But these are your wonderful LN47 ACF. They're your adjustable needle nose pliers. They got the fancy like diamond cut gripping in the end of the teeth. They adjust for fuse pulling. They adjust for relay pulling, or use them as some of the nicest quote-unquote talons you could ever have. Maybe it's for your needs or what you're doing, it's one pair of pliers. Maybe it's one set. I don't know if you can see down here. Well, you can, I guess. That 6-piece high-vis set was my very first pliers set off the Snap-on truck. It's got your standard, I think, 7 or 9 inch needle nose, your bigger adjustables, and your bigger dikes. And then same thing over again in the smaller 5 inch, 4 inch version, whatever. get yourself good pliers. That was my first set of Snap-on pliers. My first set of quote-unquote good pliers besides the Snap-on were, I got a 3-piece set of these. These are the 10-inch. I have the 7-inch. And if you can see, according to the handles, my 4-inch are the main used ones out of all these. So, just for a little heads up, that set of 3 pliers right there would cost like $150 off a Snap-on truck. I think I paid like $40 or $50 for it off Amazon. The only difference is it does not say Snap-on, which I don't even know if Snap-on's Knipex say it. They just offer different colored grips. But there you go. And when you're going for pliers, we'll just stick with this topic for a second. Whether you do or don't use wiring pliers, cutter, stripper, crimpers, as of now, or as of I know, there is 2 pairs on the truck. Here you got your PWC S9 ACF. These are the ones that are spring-loaded. They have your crimpers are back here. So you have to go over the wire to crimp it. Depending on what you're at, or where you're at, where you're working. I work on foreign cars mainly. That's not going to work for you. But these, with your crimpers right there at the end, really versatile. You can any which way on wires, you don't got to worry about it. But then they put your cutters back here. Not a big problem, because when your strippers back here, it's not a big problem. When you're stripping wires, usually it's already cut. And the dikes don't matter, because when you're cutting wires, people will go with little tiny dikes like them. Or if it's a bigger set of wires, maybe like those. But PWCS7 ACF. Most mechanics will tell you these are the cat's pajamas of wire strippers. As far as pliers, there you go. Get yourself a couple good sets of pliers. Don't be afraid to spend money if you use them. I have multiple different sets. Green, pink, quite a few red. I even have the extra long, a set of extra longs over here. They're extra long dikes, which, believe it or not, I had a lot of people ask about this, but there it is. 312 CF. I don't know if that 2 makes a difference or not. But 312 CF. These are your 12-inch dikes. I also have 12-inch needle nose, which these are 911 ACF. These are pretty handy for getting down beside radiators and getting them stupid little, stupid little plastic clips off. Sometimes I run into them E46s where I need my 908 CF. These are your midget, but long, I guess, needle nose. And then I have the 61 CF. These are the duckbill with the sideways serrated teeth in the end, which I use for fuse pulling sometimes, or plastic clips on BMWs. That's why they're here in this stack. Get in there. Pliers. Number 3 would be get yourself a good set of pliers, nonetheless. It's just so convenient that when you buy a 6-pack off the Snap-on truck, it comes in a little plastic Snap-on rail with 4 other slots, just so you can buy more pliers from them. Whatever, I don't know, but yeah. In the automotive world, get yourself a good set of pliers. For me, I would have to say number 4 would be Yeah. 4 would be, it doesn't have to be Snap-on once again, and it doesn't have to be this style. Yes, there's 3 styles here, but it doesn't have to be these exact ones. Get yourself a good set of panel poppers. These are used for everything as far as taking your thresholds off inside the doors, popping panels off inside cars, you know, the interior door panels. You know, we do a lot of window motors in the sunroofs. Anything like that inside these cars, you're going to need panel poppers. That would probably be number 3 or number 4. And number 5 would be this set right here. Yes, it's this set's 2 pieces. It's a 2-piece set, whatever you want to say. It's the if you go Snap-on. This has your mini Torx, your mini flathead and Phillips, which I don't use them so much because I have both them sets in high vis in the other side of the box, as well as Mac tools, but that's here nor there. This would be number 5. Get yourself a good universal pick set. And I'm going to go ahead and just throw these heavy duty radiator picks. I have a 6-piece set of these. They're really handy. And they got the full size handles as well. The radiator hose picks, which come 3 short, 3 long. I have them over here in my wonderful Alien Space Sabers brack, which you can't beat Alien Space Sabers, but that's, again, here nor there. Get yourself a good set of picks. This entitles, you know, your short and long picks here. It's got contoured spoon, long and short. It's got the 90-degree pick, your owl pick or hook, whatever you want to say, your owl pick, I guess. Here would be your reversed hook, and then your like 45-degree right angle pick, whatever. They come in use for a lot of stuff. This is what it would look like on the truck, on top of that set down there. There's 2 part numbers on the set, so there is the first one. FMMR03BR. If you want to grab the set. And the other one would be FMSGD03BR again. Those are your, I don't even know how many pieces that is, but that's my pick set. You need a good pick set as far as your heavy duty radiator hose picks, and your smaller ones, they're again the bee's knees or the cat's pajamas, whatever you want to say. That would be number 5. You gotta have some decent power tools, some decent hand tools. Number 6, I would have to say my go-to would be screwdrivers. We have high-vis or your standard type, flathead, Phillips, and the green are your cabinet type. The really long ones. As well as these over here. Screwdrivers. You gotta have good screwdrivers. I mean, maybe you don't think Snap-on are good. Maybe you think I'm a fanboy or I'm representing Snap-on, but the feeling of that heavy ass, what is this? This is 3/8. This thing is about 18 inches in length. It's got that gnarly massive, that's as thick as a penny right there. A gnarly massive flat tip on it. It's got the big old spot to push a wrench on there and really crank things down. USA made right in the handle. Tells you what it is. It's a flathead, so if they're in the roll cart like over there, you can tell just by looking at it. And then they go ahead and they do all that jazz for you, tell you your part number. You know, you got to wear your safety goggles or just squint really hard. And then the size of it. Really handy, but get yourself a good set of picks. or screwdrivers. Now, yes, this high-vis set was the 16-piece set. As you can see, the 10 or the 8, 4, and 4. There's my 16. I'm waiting on a warranty out for this little mini flathead. I actually snapped it off, so my dealer just threw it on the grinder for now and resharpened it. And we got a new one on order. Here nor there, can't beat them. I love the 16-piece set. It gives you everything you need. I have them number 4, really girthy. If you're using a screw that size, you're gonna want a good solid screwdriver and a good solid shank. These are, I do believe, pretty much full shank all the way into the end of the handle, although they don't come out the end like the striking, but whatever. I wish they gave you your really long Phillips number 4 like they do with the flatheads. You know, the 1, 2, 3, 4 and flatheads, this would be a number 4 and a number 4 because they're both 3/8. One's just 2 inches longer than the other. And there's the heavy duty radiator hose picks that we were talking about. Get yourself a good set of screwdrivers. You're going to use them. I use and abuse these. The wife uses hers. She loves them. I like the pink myself. Not gonna lie, it really pops in the box. Anywho, back to this box. If I had to say, be honest, I'd say the number 7 would be 2 together. Get yourself a good set of wrenches. Make sure you got a good set of sockets. As far as a good set, I mean, if you're lube teching it or you're an apprentice for a little bit, you're still deciding on what you want to do, don't be afraid to go with Caselman off Amazon or something like Sunex, Sonic, Gear Wrench. Even Gear Wrench is a very popular on but off brand, whatever you want to say. You don't need 27 kinds of wrenches. I mean, get yourself a good standard set. Mine just happened to be a Snap-on Flank Drive Plus with the teeth. Yes, I have ratcheting wrenches. My go-to for the ratcheting wrenches, or not as expensive, but here it's still lifetime warranty through Snap-on truck. These are Smooth Jaw. I like these for AN line fittings or hydraulic line fittings, the same as these when you get down in tight spaces, or you crack the line free with one of these standards, and you can really get down in there and work at it with the Midget Flex Head, which is a very versatile or multi-purpose set of wrenches, the Midget Flex are. Honestly, if they had a Midget Flex Head like with the Flank Drive Plus with the teeth, I'd probably buy them if they don't have them out already, because that would be really handy. Maybe get yourself a good adjustable wrench. As far as an adjustable wrench, you could have an actual adjustable wrench. Doesn't need to be Snap-on, but get yourself a good one, because they do have a tendency of, when you buy the cheapos, they expand on you. And as far as adjustable wrenches, this is, I guess, a pair of pliers, but there's your part number, PWZ2A, I guess. These fall right in line with the adjustable wrenches. They're very versatile as well, multi-purpose, whatever. You know, your adjustable wrench doesn't quite make it for that alignment, whatever. You grab your PWZs and they'll do it every time. But I'd have to say number 7 would be get yourself a good set of wrenches and a good set of sockets. If you're still on the edge of being a mechanic, or you know, just a lube tech or something for some extra money for the summer, don't be afraid to go with your Amazon and your cheaper things like Gear Wrench and whatnot. Gear Wrench is honestly a really solid product. They're lifetime guarantee, usually anywhere you get them. And depending on where you're at in the country, they do have Gear Wrench tow trucks, so that's also another plus. As far as sockets and wrenches, if you're going to be doing it every day, or like me, it's Those are what make me money, and I rely on them. It's like having a third leg. Get yourself something good. Yes, I have Snap-on because I have a Snap-on dealer that comes to my small shop, so it's just really convenient for me, honestly. Number 7, get yourself good sockets and a good set of wrenches. Honestly, if I had to be completely honest with number 8, I'd have to say get yourself a good impact and impact sockets, especially if you're doing it every day. Once again, don't be afraid to spend a little more money. I do hear a lot of good stuff about other Snap-on impacts, but my go-to is CT9050. This is your compact 1/2 inch, really torquey. I can't give you exact torque specs because it doesn't have them on here, but I'm sure you can find them on the site, online, whatever. Get yourself a good 1/2 inch impact and a good set of 1/2 inch impact sockets. Here we are for the impact sockets. Yes, I say it a lot. Once again, mine are Snap-on. You do not need to go Snap-on. Completely honest with you, I hear a lot of good stuff about the Icon, which, as far as Icon sockets, I don't think I have many other than some triple squares and some Torx or some Allens on both sides. Both my 1/2 inch metric and standard Allens are Icon. I do have various other Icon things like my reducers, extensions, whatever. They're all Icons. Nothing real bad to say about them, but get yourself a good set of impact sockets and a 1/2 inch impact. Usually that's going to be very versatile as well. Most of the time you buy a good set of impact sockets right close by. You can find your swivel adapters. Don't think I have one in this box, but yeah. As far as sockets, impacts, a good set of 3/8. And if you're doing it every day, maybe get yourself a general service set. That's going to be worth the money. It's going to be warranted. This happens to be my max set. Really loving it. It's got everything I need. The 16 for the Subarus. My brother's got a retarded Subaru. 14 for your BMWs and other turbo cars of the American ages. And then it's got your swivels and your extra longs, which I obviously only keep the 5/8 because that's more used. The rest is down in the box below. Guess we could do a little show and tell on that. I do believe this is a 13-piece set. 12, 13-piece, something like that. It gives you your 16 thin wall, your 14 thin wall, 12 point. There's a long 5/8 I use, the 13 16ths, 5/8, and the 14 millimeter. I use all them swivels. Don't use the 9/16 so much, and the other short random extension or random spark plug sockets, they just stay in here because if I need them I can grab them. But most of the time I'm using the swivel version of all these just because swivels are more handier on these newer cars. That way you don't have to tear them all the way apart. I guess that would be 8 though. Get yourself a good set of impact sockets and an impact together, whatever. Try not to make it 20 tools, but yeah, I'm trying to stick with the 10 most efficient tools. A 1/2 inch impact and 1/2 inch impact sockets. I heard a lot of good stuff about Gray Pneumatic, Milwaukee, all of them. They're starting to line up with Snap-on just like Icon is. You know, no skips and whatsoever. Really complete sets, not break the bank. That wasn't break the bank because I got it on promo with some other stuff, whatever. But yeah, that's going to save you a lot of time with taking wheels off and other suspension parts where you get semi-stuck fasteners, or the previous tech, or I guess engineer before, depending on how new the vehicle is. Yeah, engineer before you, depending on how much thread locker he put on, because sometimes people like to do that and they just kind of coat it and send it. As far as number 10, I have to say, and back to the ratchets. As far as getting yourself good ratchets, let's make sure that also includes the torque wrench. Very versatile item once again. 1/2 inch is my go-to. I had the 3/8, got rid of it just because it was, well, I got this one on a deal on Amazon. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it from Kentucky. I won the Amazon auction at like $300, and I think it was like 20 bucks shipping. Sent it to me with these exact batteries, and I've been repping them for the last 6 months or so until my son stole the other two from all three of them. It's a 12.5 to 250 foot-pounds. Very versatile. It does mainly everything you need to do if you're going to motor work, suspension work, all that stuff. 1/2 inch is honestly the go-to because you can throw a reducer on it and it still calculates the readings out to what they need to be, etc. It's got the click, the vibrate. It does everything. Honestly, that's going with your wrenches. Get yourself a good torque wrench. If you're just doing strictly car work, which I do see a lot of tractors and stuff and trucks here in the farms, maybe go with the 1/2 inch. But 3/8 if you're just at a shop, an apprentice, or maybe they have bigger ones provided for you there. 3/8 is a really versatile one as well, because when it comes to suspension parts and under the body of the car and doing accessories on the motor, sometimes that 1/2 inch gets to be a pain in the rear end, you know, because it's 3 feet long versus your 3/8 is 1.5 to 2 feet long. That's that though. As far as I'd say number 10 would be, if you're working for yourself or an independent shop, whatever, we're gonna say, like me, my go-tos, number 10 would be Diag. My 249 volt. Let's see if I can get you a part number here. Maybe it's readable there. There we go. EECT 449HD. It comes with some various leads, which I'm waiting for some to be warranted because somebody used it, decided to cross thread some, or cross some starter nuts, and bubbled the end of this one up. It looks like a welding rod. This, the 4 to 49 volt, it does it all. The digital display, it's really freaking handy. That goes right side and side with my Solus Legend, which does as far as I need most stuff. I do have to every now and then borrow someone's, like my neighbor's. That is much more efficient when it comes to doing in-depth Diag, I guess, or stuff in ECUs, PCMs, whatever. Diag. Gotta have some good Diag tools. Back over to this cart one more time before we head out here. If you guys like organization, check that out. I support Alien Space Savers big time, as you see down here. Alien Space Savers, see it at the back of the box. For all your tool organization needs, Alien Space Savers does it all. Very, very versatile product once again. No, I'm not sponsored by them. It's just somebody I like to support because they got really solid products. As you see, the organization is great. Everything stays in place. I do have another green rail on coming for these here. It's going to clean that wrench drawer up really nicely. Might even be able to throw the midget wrenches, the midget ignition wrenches in with this rail that I got for these, because there's a few extra pieces from this rail. Very, very versatile once again. Over to the big box. Here we are. Very versatile, like I was saying. You see that's 10 all the way to 27 millimeter. There's no skips there whatsoever. And I got the Icon, my 3/8 triple squares, which is like 4 or something all the way to 18, of course. And my Snap-on triple squares, I think it's 6, 8, 10, something like that. And my Blue Point turbo sockets right behind them. Miscellaneous things, you know, the fun can opener, small turbo torch, crank pulley bolt for BMW, some more miscellaneous picks, and a go-to lighter. Here's the Icon SAE standard Allen's 1/2 inch. There's some Matco 1/2 inch ADV sockets. Cummins 5 turning tool, miscellaneous socket I made. As far as Alien Space Savers being versatile, this is what I'm saying. You can connect them together if you really wanted. I could link that rail onto these and kind of box everything in, but just there for now. One thing I'm waiting for Alien Space Savers to bring out is 3/4 inch socket organizers. We have 1/2 inch right now and they look great. Getting ready to extend this rail all the way over there now that they have rail extension links. Where is it? Right there. Connect some 2 rails together, one in the front, one in the back. Made that twice as long. And they do sell individual whole sets. I think they're like 54, 56 inches long. I'd like to get some of them, but until further ado, we're going to keep going with the Alien Space Savers until this drawer is lined up the way I want it to be and the roll cart's finished. Until then, guys, thank you for staying tuned. Some of you, this may have bored you. Others, it may have given you a few things to look for, some things you liked. If you've seen something that you thought was cool and I didn't give you a part number, let me know. Drop a comment below. I'll tag me or whatever. I'll give you part numbers, whatever you need. Things like this. These things are really handy. If you missed the part numbers, if you need the part numbers, let me know. As far as the Snap-on spark plug service set, they're really, really expensive, but they're a really solid set. And if you have a good rep, you can actually get the, this set is supposed to be, I just bought the foam off Amazon a long while ago. As you see, not everything fits in there like it's supposed to. This is for the long wobble extension. This is for the bent ratchet, the bent 3/8 ratchet with the soft grip handle. And these are for your standard spark plugs, which you got the 9/16, 5/8. Well, you got 14, 9/16, 5/8, 13/16, and I do believe I have them all in order. Yeah, I do. Except this is 2 different 14s here, like I was saying, the swivel and then the 12-point. But you can get this set full off the truck. $300 somewhere in there. If you have a good rep, you could probably get it for $200, $250. But yeah, without further ado, thank you all for staying tuned and listening to me rant and rave about this and that and everything. But as far as what we discussed, those are the 10 duos of tools, if you must, whatever you would want to say, that I would say you should have. I would prefer for being more efficient, or flat rate if you would. I try to make sure I have what I can to be as fast on the job, so that way once I give somebody a quote, I can bust that out, whether it be in that time more or less. Hopefully it's less, but yeah, flat rate efficiency. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about anything, or you just have your 2 cents, drop it in the comments below. We'll discuss that. Until then, thanks for staying tuned. If you didn't already, drop a like and subscribe below, because we've always got cool stuff coming, cool things going. We're going to discuss these quote-unquote cheaper socket brands and the warranties over the tool truck warranties. This here is my Caseman 108-piece bit set. Literally has it all. I snapped the number 5mm ball and Allen right off. Emailed them the other day. Same day I got an email back. Didn't even ask for a picture. Just asked for a part number from my order. Or my order number. So I sent them my order number and I left them know which one it was. It was a 5mm long ball and Allen. And they honestly, thank you, friend. Your order is on the way. We will send you a new one. Whatever, you know. So thank you, Shanghai or Changhao, whoever it was again, once I get the package once again, because it's not my first Caseman warranty. I did have to get a 6mm sent because they send me 2 7s randomly. Whatever, no biggie. Never had an issue, though, with the warranty on these Caseman products. And I have quite a few of them between both boxes. So, once again, like and subscribe for more, and stay tuned, y'all.